is complete. Alrighty. Thank you so much for letting me know.
You're welcome.
Okay. So this is where we got off last week. And I said we'll continue on the load board, but does any one of you have any questions before we continue? Any questions you want to ask? Okay. If not, then let me escape the screen. Then we'll go, I'll just share my screen again and go straight to the load board for us to get going. Wow.
I think there's a noise coming from somewhere.
I'm sure it's from me. Sorry.
Yeah, let me see something. I don't see my load board as I open it. Okay. Hey, Joshua, lower that thing. Already. Okay. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Let me hide this somewhere that it will not. Okay, right here. Oh no, this is not gonna. Let me minimize it entirely. Okay, so this is what we call the load board. And this is the DHC load board that everybody can start with. They have what we call the 30-day free trial that you can maximize it when you first start your business. But if anybody wants to understand anything or really want to have a load board to just look at and play with, mine is available to do that with, but then I have to open up my screen and you just have to work it from here already. So this is the load board that I use for work every day. There was another one that I was using, but I canceled that because that one is way, way expensive. It's about $600 a month. And it is what it is. So I canceled that. But this is the basic. That is $45 a month. And this is how it looks like. This is the interface. We have the dashboard and everything that you need. This is where you can create your dashboard, what you want to do. Sometimes it comes with the basic, it comes designed already. There's no additions that you can really make here. Then we have where you can get your private loads. If you have any broker that is doing private loads with you, he will post your loads here, or the loads that you have done privately, you can find them here. This is the search load. This is where we go to search for loads. And then you can have a private network. The private network is like when you have set up your own network of group of people. Like let's say you have a group of brokers that you work with, a group of dispatchers that you come together to have some conversation and work with. Then you can use this one. And here is where you post trucks, any trucks that you want visibility for. For instance, if I go here and I say, this is where I can post trucks, okay? If I have any trucks that I have on standby at any destination or point of origin, I want to post the truck here. You come and you put what type of truck it is, the number of weight the maximum number of weight your truck can carry, the length of the truck, and what kind of load is looking for. It's a full length, the availability time, where he is and where he wants to go. You can post this truck. So anytime you want to add another one, it's very simple. The moment you post your truck, if you have any posted truck, you will see it here. If you have multiple, like 8 or 9 trucks that you want visibility for, then you can come here and post all of those trucks there and just post it. And brokers will have freight from where your origin is to the desired destination will give you a call. The moment you go where it says that post the trucks, okay, this one is expired, so let me just delete that one. Okay. Okay. The moment it says you want to add a truck, all the information will be here. If it's a full load you are looking for, you state that it's a full load. You want to state the equipment type. So if it is a reefer van, I will just put it there. Then the length of the reefer van will be like 53 footer. The weight, how much you can take it, 45,000. Yeah, 45,000, I put it there. The point of origin, if it is in North Carolina, I put it there. The destination, if he wants to go to Arizona, I will just put it there, that he wants to go to Arizona. Then the date he will be available. Let's say today is Friday. So weekends, no one wants to do any loads. So probably on Monday will be the 10th. Am I right? No, Monday will be the 11th, I guess.
Yeah, Monday is 11.
Yeah, Monday will be the 11th. And the end date probably on the 14th. That is up to the following week. Okay. Then if I have never posted my rate per mile here, but that is because the reason why I don't do it, I may put like $3.50 is what I'm looking for. But probably the broker in his mind wanted to give $5, okay? So the moment you see what you have put here, you call him, that's the quote he will give you. But I don't do it so that I can have the power to negotiate what rate my driver is ready, I'm willing to go with. So I never do this part. I never put a reference ID. I never do anything. Sometimes I just want to put in here that we do general goods. But since this is a reefer van that I'm looking for, I'm not going to put anything because we can do both temperature controlled goods or we can do the normal general goods. So I wouldn't want to put any comment there because I don't want to limit my driver as to what opportunities can be out there for them. The moment I put certain comments, it limits them. But then when I speak to the broker, that we can cover that goods, but because we have a limitation, they will even reach out to you because you put some comments in there, but they feel they can't work with. It's always for you to call them, or when they see your truck and they call you, let them give you the specification and see if this is what your driver can take or cannot take. But you already know the goods your driver can take, so that one is no big deal. So you want a point of contact. You want them to email you or you want them to call you, but I always prefer they give me a call. Because this way you can't choose both. It's either you choose one or you take the other. So I prefer they always give me, then I will post it. The moment, okay, this is, let me put Charlotte. Charlotte NC. Okay. Yeah, this is Charlotte NC. So I just go here and I'll just post the truck. So anybody, any broker can see this truck that I have posted. So if I have another truck that I want to post, then I will say the dry van, okay? I want to do the dry van, this one, and which is also 53 footer. And you can also take up to 45. So as much as you can post, like if you have 20 drivers that are all on standby and you need some of your workload to get off your shoulder, this is the easiest way to do it. Because sometimes if you have all your drivers on standby waiting for you, and mind you, you are competing with other dispatchers to find who first find the load he would take. So sometimes this is an added advantage where you post loads, you create visibility for all your drivers. So every broker that is in that location knows that, hey, let me reach out to KBF Consult Logistics. They have somebody on standby. So if they call you and say we have this freight, is this, that you call your driver, hey, we can cover it. So anytime the broker is the one reaching out to you, you don't have to be like rushing for the load. You want to take your time because he's the one that is, I'm not saying take your time to the point where you get frustrated and leave, but don't rush to get to, hey, hold on, let me get a hold of my driver and see if your load is really viable. Maybe we can take this. Then you call your driver, then you set up, you give the broker a call back and say, hey, he's ready to pick up your load, but he was willing to do it for probably 3,500. And he is willing to do that. He will let you have it. Aya, your hand is raised up. Aya.
Sorry, I was talking on mute. I just want to ask, so are we supposed to, like, post the trucks every day? Like when you wake up in the morning, for instance, you just post your trucks for the broker?
I even do it the day before. If I know my driver is going to be on standby at this point of origin, before I go to bed, I want to post it. So that early in the morning, I can get calls from brokers that will help make my work easy for me.
Okay, that is when your drivers don't have any load at that moment.
When we say standby, it means that their van or their truck is empty.
Oh, okay.
They've offloaded.
Okay.
So like the moment you posted the next day, yeah, better work, your hand is up. What's your question?
She's muted.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I want to ask, are we the one to negotiate the price for the load?
Oh yes, definitely. The price they post on the load board is not automatic what it is. You want to negotiate it because sometimes the trucks, the loads are very, very unreasonable. I will show you that in a minute. I will show you that in a minute, but I just wanted to run you through the dashboard, what you can do, the dashboard and everything.
Now, if you go and price a load that is too high,
that one is just an agreement between you and the broker. If you price the load that is too high and he can't pay you, he will tell you that he can't pay you. He will tell you what he is offering for you, and you also tell him what you can do. Both of you can come to an agreement. Let's say you see a load that is posted for 2,500. You are going in to bid for $3,000, okay? And the driver said, I've posted the most highest rate ever. And I also say that my driver is in Atlanta, but going to New York, New York fuel prices are higher than Atlanta, which means that he will spend more of the money buying fuel. So this 2,500 will not cut it. Looking at the fuel prices and from here to New York, the number of tolls you will have to pay for. We factor all these things into working so that, and then if the broker really knows what you are talking about, he knows that what you are saying is true. So we'll say that by 3,000, can you do 2,800? And I'll say, hey, why don't we do 2,900? Oh, I can do 2,850. Your driver says 2,850. But before, let me say this and re-emphasize this and reiterate it. Anytime you see a load on the load board, you want to take a screenshot of your load board, send it to your driver to see. Can you go to this place and this is how much they are putting on the thing? Is 2,500? Is 2,500 a good load for you? Oh yeah, 2,500 is a good load for you. Or see how best you can get for us and let's see. So you already want to do the homework with your driver, letting him know that the 2,500 is what posted on the load book. If he thinks the 2,500 is not good for him, ask him. So can somebody mute? The background is so noisy. Okay, so the 2,500, then you ask him, how much do you think you want to take for this load? Because you are serving your driver. You are there. It's from him that you make money. So the more you're able to negotiate, the more you also make for yourself. So you want to talk to your driver and say, hey, they posted this for 2,500. Does this work with you? considering your cost per mile. He says, I can do this for 2,800 flat. So when you are calling the broker, you know how much your driver wants to take for that load. But then I won't go and tell the broker that, hey, my driver says he can only do this for 2,800. I'm going to start pricing this from 3,200. We are ready to take this for you, but we can do this at 3,200. No, 2,200 is way too much. Well, okay, but based on this, you give reasons. You wanna, and sometimes you really wanna stay on top and know what the weather conditions are, the place, what are the increment that is coming. So you really want to know all this information, and it's not even hard for you to Google it on your phone and just take a look at it within 1 minute and say, hey, I know they said it's going to snow in Ohio on Monday, but my driver needs to pass through Ohio to get to New York. So what if, it snows and he has to stay 2 days for the road to clear before your goods will be in his trailer as a storage. You have to take all these things into consideration. But then we agreed on number of days, but the weather is beyond everybody. But for you to use my trailer as a storage place, you have to give me some incentive for that. Or the fuel in New York is too expensive than where he is at right now. And also from Atlanta to New York, before you pay over 200 or 300 tolls. So you want to factor all this. Oh, yeah, I know, but can we do this for 3,100? Oh, can you do 3,150? Oh, 3,100 is good. Okay, then you settle on that price. But your driver was cool with 2,800, but then you negotiated and you gave him more. That is how the business works. Sometimes you negotiate, you won't get anything. So you still ask your driver. They are set and put on 2,500. You think you can do this? Okay, 2,500 is good. Let's do it. But sometimes the broker will also agree on a 2,500. But just about 10-15 minutes, they'll call you, hey, I'm on the rate con. Before the rate confirmation comes, hey, we added $200 more for your driver. So I think we are good on that. You thank him, you appreciate him, and you praise him a little bit. It's nice doing business with you. We'd like to work with you in the future. If you have any future load, feel free to give us a call. We'll be happy to maintain this relationship. Then you close the call nicely, then you get the load and you move on. And that is with one driver. So yeah, we are the ones that negotiate the price to get more for our driver.
Thank you, Sandra.
Well understood.
Yeah. Gwen, please ask your question.
Yes, my question is, as a beginner, if you haven't gotten a driver yet, how do you work on the dashboard? Or you only go here when you must have gotten a driver, honey?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For your 30-day free trial, you don't want to misuse it until you know you'll be using it and working for a driver.
Okay.
Okay. Anytime you want to play with this, give me a shout out and I will just let you, or probably give you my, it's just a dashboard, give you the assessment that my password, then probably you can use it or how it goes. Okay. Yeah, but that one I have to allow a fee that will cost me a little bit of money to pay here and there, but that one is a different discussion to talk about. But then this is how the load board is. Anytime you want to do it, I can come here, share my screen, and you can ask any question, navigate it whilst I'm here with you. That is fine. And this is a live support, especially for you trainers, like new people like this, okay? You can get a live support agent to really show you how to use the DAT board. That's what I did. There was an online training, the DAT. If you call them that you need help, you need to understand this DAT board. They will give you a tutorial and they will show you step by step. They'll send you a link with videos. Sometimes you can have a live support agent that is telling you how to search for loads. And that is one of these things. And if you're having a back and forth with a broker, like a contention or something, you can also call a live support person to come and assist you or to mediate the whole thing. But what I've mostly used it for is to get training. How I wanted to understand the load board here, how I needed to search for loads, how do I put in the loads and all that, you can do it. And these are tools that you can use for your advantage. When you come to tools, there are so many things that you can do here. Here you can do rate review. You can check the market conditions. Market conditions are like, let me go back to the dash. Let me go up here to the dashboard. Right here, okay, this national load count right here. Whenever you see the light blue and the purple, that means that we have little trucks going into Arkansas than trucks coming out. So if you want to send your driver to Arkansas, you will have to know that, hey, if he goes there, getting a load back will be difficult. Okay. When you come here, you realize that a lot of people are going to Alabama, but how many people are getting loads to come out? You see here, this one is like 50-50.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that one is kind of good. But this one, Arizona, hey, we have a lot of loads coming out. Then we have fewer trucks going there. So when you see this, you want to ask yourself, why is Arizona having fewer people going when they have a lot of loads available? You just don't get excited and start booking loads for Arizona. Probably it's about to snow.
I know.
You don't want to go there. Probably they have mountainous areas that is so hard to go there with heavy loads. It depends. So you want to really find out, okay? And this is where we call, like when you come here, we have what we call the market conditions. If you want to take a look at that, you want to come here and take a look at the market condition. What is it that is happening around today? Okay, so you just wanna, and normally before I get off my load board, I go and visit all these things to just give me an overview, just to forecast what tomorrow will look like. That is what I do. But anybody can do it on the day that they come to work or whatever it is that you are doing. Okay, so this is the market condition. So this one will tell you a whole lot. Okay, it will tell you what the fuel prices, has it gone up or has it gone down? What is the difference in ratio? The contract rate, has it gone up or has it gone down? It's telling you. The national spot rate, I mean, this is the average for the whole country, is the average, just to give you an idea what the average rate is. So that if we're negotiating, it gives you an upper hand for you to really go down. You see that here it has gone down by negative 0.03 cents. That means the rate has dropped. It was higher than it was. It wasn't $2 flat, it was more. So that means there's a rate drop. There is a rate drop. So you want to do all those analysis, and you can also, there's a chart that can let you know that when it was $2 and when was it $2.50? Then it's telling you that between November 5th to November 11th, the price went up a little bit. Then it dropped here to $2 and some cent. Then he dropped here to $2. So it will tell you when you come here what was the spot rate and what was the contract rate. So you just want to have an idea and get an overview of what the market conditions are. So when you know all these things, you can really negotiate and say, hey, by the market condition, fuel prices have gone up. So you can't pay my driver 2,500 and you do the calculations and what did he do? You'll be like running a charity, but we are all here to make money. You know that. You just laugh over that. And then they will see reason. They have access to this as well. So then, yeah, you can use that to your advantage. And there are other stuff that you can also use. Let me see. Okay. Now the rate view, the trend lines, and on the board. All these are informations that you can go and find out. And these are on the road load factoring companies, brokers that factor loads, that do factoring for you. This one I have never even looked at this here before. The places I've ever looked on is the market condition. What are the rates currently at? And I also want to make sure that the companies that are picking load will factor the load. That means factoring means that they will buy your bill of lading, your rate confirmation, and they will pay your driver earlier than the expected date for payment. And also when you come here, when you come on tools, okay, this tool here can help you when you come here. And also if you want to report any bad broker that has had bad dealings with you, you pick up their load and they are refusing to pay, you call, they don't pick up, you can do a report here. And DAT can forward this to the FMECA board. And we can also report this to as for brokers, they buy what we call is it bonds or something? Yeah, they buy bonds. So we can report this to their bonds. Their insurance company will pay you after 14 days of an investigation. They will pay you, deduct it from his insurance board and pay you. So you can report bad behaviors here. Then on the DAT directory, it tells you what you can do, how you can use this DAT directory to find loads, to find drivers and to find companies. I don't want us to go into that one today because it is part of the one of the lessons that we will spend time to look at that. So now let's go to how we search loads on the load board. So early morning when I come to work, after I have said my prayer, done my meditation, declared my declaration to God, speak out into the universe, my expectations for the day, how much I want to make. I set my maximum amount I want to make, and if it is not in the will of God for me, I set my minimum. So between that, God, if you can give me this the minimum, or you can give me this is the maximum, you can give me in between. I really want to put my God first in this because He makes things happen. He makes things possible. So let's assume I have somebody, I'm looking for loads, okay? Gwen, you are in Minnesota. What is your give me the state, your city and
Weber Lake.
how do you say Weber?
White, like white, HWO. Yeah,
Oh, white.
no,
Okay.
white, like white cloth, white bear, like bear is B. It's 2 words, 2 different words. Yeah, it just popped down below.
Then you want to come to North Carolina, or you want to go to, let's say, North Dakota, Minot, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so this is, let me just, what is this that is always here? Let me move it. So anytime you want to search a new load, it's right here. This is how the interface looks like. This is the point of origin where your driver will be, where he and his trucks are currently. Is their current origin is what you use for. If your driver is still on the road telling you, I'm going to get there, let him get there before you can put this in. And this, what we call here, is the dead head. Dead head from origin, okay? Dead head from origin. That is the empty miles you will have to drive from here to the point of pickup destination that is also in Minnesota. What is another city near where you are?
I have Roseville.
Okay, so your driver is situated here at White Bear Lake, okay? Then the pickup of the load that he's going to pick up is in Roseville. So you want to you want to put this information here that your driver is willing to drive 50 miles empty without you paying me to go pick up this load from. This is my point of, so Roseville to not, I mean, Minot, North Dakota. But then you have to agree with your driver. What is the maximum deadhead you want to drive? Most of my drivers do 150 because the market conditions are really hard right now. Sometimes 50 miles is not enough proximity for you to find loads. But the ideal is 50 miles deadhead, okay? This one, I don't concern myself so much with deadhead to destination. You're always driving 100 miles to the place or 2,000 miles. What do I need a deadhead to destination for? It is me driving the empty to go pick up the truck that I want to take into consideration for my driver. If my driver is here in White Bear Lake, okay, and probably there's another city in Minot that is about 200 miles away, I wouldn't pick up that load for my driver. That is him going to drive over 5 hours or 6 hours, wasting fuel to go pick up a load. It doesn't make sense. So you want to put the type of van that you are looking for. Let me put standard van right here. And sometimes when you are searching the loads, you want to put in multiple, okay? You want to do one reefer bed, and you also want to do, oh, I didn't add it. Let's do reefer. Then let me do straight box truck. Let me do straight. It's not showing up for straight box truck for me here. So let me just put this one as one of them, okay? You want to put 3 things there just to pull different kinds of loads for you. So right now you want to do 53 feeder. You want to say they can take up to 45,000. You want to start from, let's see if they have any loads posted for Monday coming, and they want to end by Wednesday will be the 12th. Okay, so now it says search loads. Okay, I was only able to find no loads from that your location at all, but there are similar loads from that location. It's just 5 of them. It's just 5. Then if I want to look through, this is all the loads that I have. This one was posted 1 minute ago. This one was posted 31 minutes ago. This one was posted 36 minutes ago. This one has done double listing right here because it's the same thing from the same company. So they have done double listing. So this one, and this one was posted 3 hours ago. And look at their deadhead. Their deadhead is right here. This one from White Bear Lake to Grand Forks. Your driver is driving, I will need to drive 210 miles to get to the pickup location. And that does not make sense. No, this one is saying there's no, excuse me, I misread this. Okay. So right here, this is this is saying that the deadhead is always the one that comes first, and the total miles is gonna drive is right here. So this one is a 0 deadhead because you'll be picking this load right here at White Bear Lake. So he will just be in the same city or town just to go do the pickup and drop this off here. They never put the rate here, so that means you have to call and negotiate. So if you call your driver, you take a screenshot of this and you send it to your driver. Then you say, hey, this is what they are saying. The total trip mile is 324. But even yet still, this particular driver is not making sense. I mean, the broker is not telling you the actual truth right here, because it's telling you that the total trip is 324, but it's telling you that your deadhead is 0. And it's telling you here that it's from here to here is 210 miles. So if I take 210 out of this, I'm about 100 and something left, right? Which is telling me
That would be the ZHO.
there is some discrepancy here. So if my driver says he wants this and I'm calling the driver, I want to ask him why the total mile is saying that it is 324, but your deadhead says it's 0. That means that from here where he's going to pick up, you have to drive some mile, even though it is still within the White Bear Lake, which is over 100 miles. So if we're negotiating the price, you want to take that into also a consideration. Okay, so this is the information when you see any load and you click on it, it maximizes the load information for you right here. It tells you that the time that was posted was 4 minutes ago. This is the pickup location. This is the drop-off location. When you scroll down, it gives you a general detail of what they want. The load is a full van load. They are looking for 53 footer. The length is right there. The weight is 13,000 pounds. But this one, they didn't even give you the specifications. Some of them will give you the length, the width, the breadth of the load to know, because this 13,000, some box trucks will want to take it, but then it's not advisable because it's too heavy. So now this is the reference ID, the load reference ID. I'll talk about that one later. So you are looking at all.
Why?
What?
Sorry, why did they not put the commodity? They don't always put it, the commodity, like the.
Yeah, he didn't put the commodity, but others will tell you what it is.
Okay.
So you call as a when you are reading this information back to the broker, you will have to ask what kind of commodity, what is it that he's picking up, what is the goods, because you have to have an idea. If a
Mhm.
police driver stops your driver, what is in your truck, you don't know. No, you have to know. You have to know. And sometimes you want to tell them to specify that on the rate confirmation, so that your driver carrying that, if he's being stopped by the police, they can show that as an evidence. This is what I went to pick up. The company or the brokerage that posted the load is what we call ATS Logistics Sherwood Transportation Company. Wow, that's a name. Whew. That's their telephone number here. And this is also their MC number. Their MC number, there's somewhere we call the Safer Web and the FMSCA load board. That's the DOT load board. If you want to check this credibility of this broker, you want to pick up their MC number. I will show you. It is part of everything that I will show you in the course of the training. When we go to finding loads and working with brokers, I'll show you how this is all done. You want to copy this MC number, take it to the Safer Web and run it, and make sure that he's credible. He doesn't have any violations to his, nobody has reported any misconduct, misdeed when it gets to payments and all that. You want to do that. But sometimes, honestly, I hardly do this. I hardly do this one. But then I'll give you a call. Then when I give you a call, the first thing the broker will ask you for is the reference number. What load are you calling about? I'm calling about the load you posted from White Bear Lake, Minnesota, going to Grand Forks, North Dakota, with reference ID 8412883. Is that load available? He will tell you, hold on. He will open up the load and say, hey, this load is available. Then he will also ask for the MC number of the driver that will be picking up this load. So what I would have done to check and see if you are credible, they'll also take the MC number and run it on the Safer Web. It takes just about a few seconds to do that. And also ascertain that your driver is, I mean, if they give them their goods, the driver will take good care because his credibility is awesome. Then he will go on and say, hey, this is good. The load is available. We can give it to your driver. If you need to set up a carrier packet with them, you do. If you have already worked with them before and you have set up a carrier packet, I'll show you how to set up carrier packet. We'll talk about it later in the course as well. Then you get the load. But there's one vital thing that you want to look at when you want to deal with any broker. Whether you have worked with them for 10 years, you have worked with them for 8 years, or it's your first time. You always want to check their credit score. Their credit score here is creditability, how much they pay. And you are looking from anything from 100 to 96 is perfect. It's perfect. From 95 to 90, they are good. Anything from 89 to 80, don't work with it. That means don't even consider 70. 89 to 80 means that they will pay you, but you will drag them. They are stingy.
Sandra, please, I have a question.
Ask.
Okay, so this ATS Logistics, is it the broker or the company that has the goods?
No. This is the broker. When you see anything on the load board, it's brokerage.
Okay. So,
This
and the number is the number of the broker.
This is the number of the broker.
Okay.
And he will give you details. Some of them will say when you call, ask for this. So
Okay.
Zach is the one who is in charge of this load right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So if so the moment he gave you his name, so the moment you call, you want to ask for Zach. Hey, can I speak to Zach? Yes. So they'll hold on. They'll give you his extension. If you didn't add his extension, then they will just connect you to his line.
Okay.
Yeah. And you also want to pay attention to here. Days to pay. If you pick up this load, like today is the 8th of December, you drop off this load on the 10th, they will pay you 21 days after.
Oh, really?
Yes, that is their days to pay. They will pay 21 days after because every companies do their loading. I mean, I don't know, they do monthly bulk thing and distribute the payments out. That is what I think. But then if you call the broker, you want to ask them, do you factor? Some of them, when you pick a particular load, they will tell you we do OTR, factoring. Some of them will state right here, some will not state. Here are below, yeah. They did a check mark right here, right? That means they will factor this load for you. Factor this load for you is that if you send your rate confirmation to your ACS factoring company, and the factoring company sends the information to them, they will send the payment to them because they have paid you. So that is what it is. So when you are setting a carrier packet, they will have your ACS notification or declaration page that you are working with this factoring company. So every time the factoring company will send the invoice to them of this load that you covered, they have every information because the factoring company, they will buy your load. Let's say you had this load from ATS, what's the name? Logistics Sureway Transportation for 2,500. You will go into an agreement with them. They will tell you that if we buy this load and we factor it, we pay you just the next day, we will charge you 3% of the total money you made. That is them, they have signed it. So they go, they do the delivery. They will forward a copy of the bill of lading to me with the rate confirmation, a signed BOL from the place of destination where you deliver the goods. You want to make sure they counted the goods, it's in shape, everything is right. When you went there, I mean, for me, I have worked in the logistic field before, so I know the tricks that brokers can play. So I always advise them, if you can take a picture of the goods when they were offloading, so that you can really prove, if they come to tell you it was damaged, it wasn't damaged when you offloaded, so there's no way they can deduct your money. Some of them are very funny, so you want to really stay, your driver will have to stay on top of his game, and you also want to let your driver do the right thing. So you do that, you don't send it to them, but sometimes I will forward those pictures to the broker, letting them know that when we offloaded the goods, these were the conditions that the goods were in. At the point of picking up, you want your driver want to go there and also want to take a picture of the conditions when you pick the goods up, so that when you delivered, when you picked up, when you delivered, the goods were intact and there was nothing wrong with it. So that when the time comes for payment, they won't put any contingency clause that you go there, the stake, one of the hand was tilted, was broken. No, it wasn't your fault. It didn't have anything to do with that. So when they factor, they pay you just the next day. It doesn't even take 2 days. The moment you send your bill of lading to them, the next day, latest by 12 noon or by 3 p.m. the next day, the driver will receive payment for the load that was done. So this is what we call the load board. So when you pick up any different load, you will see that all the details are here for you to call about. So let's assume I've seen this load and we are interested in it. So I'll call Zach. I say, hey, Zach, how are you? Good morning, how are you? I saw that you posted on the load board, a load picking up from White Bear Lake, Minnesota, going to Grand Fort. Is this load available? Yes, what's the reference? You put this reference for him. The next time he take your driver's MC, runs it and say, hey, this load is available. If you can cover it, we'll be happy to give you the load. And I'll say, yes, I have a driver that is on standby. How much are you doing this load for? And he will say, one trick that I have always done is that if I don't see any amount of money posted with this load, I go with amount of money I want to cover the load for. And sometimes I do what my cost per mile for my driver, and I'll multiply it with the total number of miles here and add extra $100 on top of the money that I'll realize. So let's assume this is my driver says it's $2 for him. Then I'm going to take $648 for this total trip mile. And $648, I'll just add and run it up that we can do this trip for $800. Are you on board with this? $800? I say yes. Looking at the market conditions, where prices have surged up, they have gone up by this number of percentage, and the road is not that conducive. It's gonna really it's bumpy and rocky. It affects the entire track and all that. I mean, you have to find ways and means you can negotiate to get more money. Oh, we can do this for 700. Can you do 750? 750? Okay, good. We will do 750. That's the agreement. So you get this road for 754, 324 miles. That's a good amount of money. So that is good. So you negotiate. You really want to understand what is going on to negotiate. So now let's try another load.
Cassandra.
You have a question?
Yes.
Please.
You mentioned the PMI. I still do not understand that. So do drivers have like kind of a fixed amount that they charge PMI?
Yes. What I have always encouraged my drivers to do before I even sign up with you, I sit down with them and I ask, what is your cost per mile? What will it cost you to move your truck?
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to understand, because we are here to, it's a business, right? The driver is running his own truck to make business, to make profit. He has bills to pay, he has profits to make. So what will it cost you to move your truck at all?
Okay.
To move your truck at all. It's costing me $2.50 a day to put, not
Right.
per mile to move my truck. Okay, so now you know that $2.50 is what is going to. So like me, I see right here, this trip from the same company from Minneapolis to Aberdeen, South Dakota. The deadhead is 18 miles. Perfect. The total trip mile is 274. And they are paying $3.10 per mile. I will even go and negotiate nothing again. No? Because this is way, way beyond my driver's cost per mile. I will just call and say, hey, is this load available? If it's available, give it to us. We take it. Because this is just 200 and it's just about 3 hours or 4 hours drive. And that is a good amount of money for that the trip. So if
Okay, so sorry. So if they are paying like this load, for instance, if they are paying $3 or $3.10 per mile, and it's about the driver needs to drive about 200 and something miles. So to get the amount that they need to pay the driver, so you just multiply the total number of mileage or the total number of miles that the driver needs to drive.
so
Like,
the cost, yeah, I get what you want to determine what the cost per mile will be, right?
mhm.
So is this amount here divided by the miles that the driver will give you
Okay.
this.
Okay, thank you.
That's
So
how it is.
another question. So when you get your driver a load that is going to maybe North Dakota, so are you going to look for another load that will take him from North Dakota and back to maybe Minneapolis?
Oh yes, definitely you want to.
Okay.
You want to, and that's a very good question. So the moment I'm trying to pose this load, okay? So the next thing I would do, I looked and I found this. So if I book the load, you don't want to blindside one, you don't want to work blindsided and you don't want to blindside your drivers as well. So what I do is that looking from where he is to mine it, okay? The next time I'm about to book that load, I'll also do from Minot, okay, North Dakota to probably, let's say, any town in Minneapolis, or give me another name. Let's say what was that? Was it Grand Forks? Let's see something like this. Okay, that one Grand Forks was in South, so let me do the White
Bear.
White Bear Lake. I also want to do White Bear Lake, and I want to search. So this time round, I'll change the date, okay? The date that my driver will be available will be from the 12th to the
When you
4th.
must have delivered
So I'll change the date and I'll search. Only one similar load is available. So with this, then you have to know that getting a load out of where he's going and coming back will be hard.
Okay.
So you throw it to the driver. But then if that is his start of the weekend, he want to work for 2 weeks before he goes home, then at this point, you'll be looking from Minot to any destination in the United States that he wants to go to. That is why we say we search for loads.
So
That's
if you
why
don't find a load from his drop-off destination and back to his original destination, you just look for a load anywhere in the United States, right?
that is if he wants to work.
Okay.
Sometimes the drivers go 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks before they come home.
Okay.
They come home to reset for a whole week. So if he wants to work for 3 weeks continuous, you don't want to bring him back to here. You can search loads probably if you want to go to Dallas, Texas. Okay. You want to search for Dallas, Texas and see what loads will be available coming from Dallas, Texas. There's not even any similar loads from Dallas. So let's say we want to go to Laredo, Texas. Okay, you want to search, do you have any loads going from Laredo? No, they don't have anything. So then Texas will not be a good for me. Then I want to see if you want to go to Atlanta, Georgia. Is there anything at Atlanta, Georgia? Well, let's see, let's go to here. Can I find any loads coming this direction? There's no load coming from this direction. So you will search. So I don't know if you guys can see my wall. I have my
Colorado.
see my map right here. So I want to see states that are closer to where he is. Then I'll just be putting them in because I don't know the states of head. You said Colorado. Any states in Colorado?
Try Colorado.
Okay, let's see this one. Do we have any? So you'll be searching. You'll be searching until you find. So sometimes if you want to throw this to your customer before, so if I don't find anything here in my not coming out, then let me try South Dakota. Anything in South Dakota from here to that. Do I have any load? And sometimes too, since it's the weekend like today, nobody's posting loads anymore. You have to wait till Monday morning to see if fresh loads will come. That means when he has to wait. Because today is the weekend, probably that's why we are not finding any load. But probably let's say he wants to go to California. Does any load in California at all? No. Let's see when it comes to Charlotte, not. But sometimes you really want to do loads that are in proximity to where he is before. Any other place close to where he is, North Dakota? I mean, let's see, what about Montana? Search. So if you don't find a load for a particular driver in a day, you have to let him know. But sometimes as soon as you find a load, you want to do the opposite and see how difficult will it be for him. Or probably you want to find loads in North Dakota too, where he is. Will there be any loads still in North Dakota? There's 2 similar loads in North Dakota. So you finding loads for him to get him out of North Dakota, you can just let him run internally until you find him a good load to come. You wouldn't want him to pack and waste the whole day, you understand? So there's this good load that was posted 7 hours ago. He's already in Minot, okay? And this load is here. The dead hair for him to go pick up is just 61 miles. The total trip mile is just 300. They are paying 900. But sometimes you don't go per this rate. You can still negotiate and get more. You can negotiate and get 1,200. You can negotiate, and even if it's $100 more, it's something. So you want to always try. Don't go by the rate here. You always want to add your touch to it. You always want to increase. That is where your drivers begin to put their trust in you. They know that, hey, when you say you are going to make the money, you are really doing your job, doing that exactly. So you want to run him here. Then you are still looking for load to get him out of there. So sometimes you can let your driver even do in local loads from here. Make him what his weekly target is. If his weekly target is 4,000, and he went to Minot on a load of, let's say, 2,800, he only needs $1,002 more to make his mark for the week, right? So what I do is that if I started with you on Monday and we are ending on Friday or Saturday, sometimes I end on Saturday with some other drivers, I will make sure that I won't let you get stuck on that $2,800 that I found for you. Even if it means that we have to run internally in North Dakota, make you your mark. This 308 is just about driving for 5 to 6 hours right here. You can go to this destination, I can find you another load coming out from there. probably for another $1,000 or $2,000. So within North Dakota by itself, around Minot area, you can make like 2,000, 3,000 coming out. So probably I was able to make you 5,800 for the week. And even if he has to drive empty back home, he's kind of laughing and happy because we still couldn't find load to come out. But his week was not wasted. Under like telling him there's no load, I can't find it, or he'll be so frustrated he's losing money. Talk to him. Let's do internal pickup. Work within North Dakota. If the money is good, he will go. Let's get you your target. Then we find, even if you don't come out, then you still made some money. I even made you more than you wanted for the 4,000. So even if we're using the excess to buy fuel at $500 fuel and coming back, you are still a happy driver. I fulfilled my commitment to you. Okay, so you don't want to say, unless that you have tried all possible means and the driver keeps rejecting every load you give him, then at this point, you let him rely on the other dispatchers that he has to get him out. Yeah, you won't kill yourself for that. So if you try your possible best and he says, I won't do this load is not this is that. But sometimes you want to make him see reason. If we can meet our weekly target, let's do that. Some of the drivers do not really like this $900 loads, $800 loads, especially when it's a fitter van like that. Yeah, because filling their tank is really, really expensive. But one thing that I also tell them that even if you fill your tank about $700, you are running at a 300 or 210 miles. You won't even use a quarter of that fuel. You can just be in North Dakota and use a full tank and go about 3 or 4 trips to even get more than what you have lost. And some of my drivers, they see reason when I tell them, hey, let's do internal pickup within North Dakota. Then if you make your weekly gains, then we can get you out. Even if you have to drive empty, it makes sense. So this is another load from, is it the same? This is not Circle Logistics. So this is one of the brokers that will always they don't put their telephone numbers. They only do emails. This one, it takes a long time for them to respond to you. Yeah, Gwen, question.
Yes, yes, thank you, Cassandra. So with this, let me say internal load, like let's say they go to a city and they are stuck there, they are kind of doing it internally. Does the payment or percentage change, or it still maintains, or that doesn't count?
In my percentage, they remain, no, my sister. You know, they run by what you get now. I give
Okay.
it now.
Okay.
I get 2,000, my percentage go still be 6.
Okay.
If I get you 4,000, my percentage now still will be 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I know there are other dispatchers that are so wise. You know what? They don't even charge anything. This 6% that they want to charge you, they will tell you that, oh, if I'm able to make you $5,000 a week, they will take 5% of that $5,000. Or they will take a certain amount of that $5,000 they made you. And a flat rate like that.
Cassandra, I have a question on this percentage. So if you are like charging your driver 6%, is it for a to and fro load or just one way?
Every load I find for you. To go inside, I go take my 6.
Okay.
To find coming outside, I'll take my 6. Find you 10 loads in a day, I'll take 6% times 10.
Okay.
Yes, it's per load. That's 6%. It's not in and out. It's per load.
Okay. I thought it was the load going to maybe North Dakota and coming back with 6%.
No. Why will I now? Why I go do that now? When I was working, I worked to get you the load now to go. And I'm still working to get you the load to come. So I must be paid. Yeah. So that rate is just per load.
Okay.
So if I find you a load to go to North Dakota, I'll get my pay. If I get you a load to come out from North Dakota, I'll get my pay. So even when you are doing the internal rounds, every load I find for you within the internal North Dakota, I get my pay from it. So let's assume we're able to get these 210, these 210, these 210 loads, and you were able to run maybe 3 times in North Dakota before the day ended. You went and you picked one, you drove 4 hours, you offloaded, you went to pick another one, you've offloaded before, you went to get another load, you've offloaded. So if I did 3 times, 3 rows for you in a day, I guess this. So it would be 18% for me from you from that day.
That's
That-
gonna be 6% of every load amount, right? That's just what
Yeah,
that's
6% is from every load amount you get. It's 6, I mean, that is the 6% is me. But you can do 7, 8%. It's up to 12 in the industry. The highest I have seen is up to 12. But I feel that one is too outrageous. Even 8% for me is too much. But 6% is still carrying the deal
Why
with.
are you charging just 6%, Cassandra? If there are people charging 12,
I mean, this is me. I mean, you might think about me like, am I doing charity work here? But I also want to put myself in the driver's shoes. Okay, let's assume he has truck payments too. I mean, this is my rationale, my rationale. I just want to say, I mean, how much is he making that I want to take so much from him? As much as I can take this 6%, put everything together, and I'm making enough sitting home, watching movie whilst I am doing this. I am not driving.
I know.
I do it, I make calls. I'm even about to cry, but I just want to.
I think the highest secret in business is not to be making high profit once. You can make small profit, quick turnover, and you end up still realizing money. That's the way I look at. So
Yeah, but I want to understand them. They have
correct.
other things. And he's not the only person I am working for. I can work for multiple people at the same time, but he can drive one, he can pick up one load at a time. You know my rationale. So I'm just taking, I don't do 5%, 5% is too low. So 6%, and it's like a lot of people in the industry are doing 8%, 9%, 10%, 11, up to 12. But then it depends on you, where you want, even you, it depends on how you want to set your percentage.
Can you go to 7, Coach Sandra?
yeah, I mean,
On my agreement that they
7
even
is not
signed
bad.
with me, it is 7% that I said on there. But when they are paying me, I say pay me 6%. Because sometimes I feel so sorry for them, honestly. But it's not right that you do business with sentiment, but that is the part of me,
Yeah.
it's my weakness I have to overcome. I always want to understand people. I really wanna, but then my husband says that your people are making this amount of money. You are here, you are doing charity job. Continue. And I'm saying even the little that I'm getting, I'm okay here. So mind your business. I mean, do what you do, let me do what I do. But I mean, the 6% is on the lower side. The lowest. That is the lowest you can see anybody charge in the industry. A lot of them, I started my agreement with 7%, but I don't even take the 7%. And even with my 7%, they are signing on to it. But then I let them pay 6. People take 8. 8 is the average. It's the most reasonable that anybody can charge anyone. So if you want to set up your business and you want to set that at 8%, but also from the initial stages, I said, hey, this is one of the best ways I can draw drivers to myself. If everybody is charging 8, 9, 10, and I am way below the belt, then they will just give me the opportunity to serve them and also get opportunity to make money. Apart from my sentiment aspect of it, this is also my mindset behind it, to get people to join my company because my rate is super, super low.
2024, you are going to 7.
No, 2024, I'm going to scale up to 20 drivers, so I'll still be at 6. 2025, then I'll revise it.
Okay.
Any questions so far?
Yes, I have a question.
Go on.
Okay, so before you look for a load for your driver, is it advisable to maybe check the other end, like where he has to go deliver the load, to check if he can see a load that he will, get to come back to his destination?
I mean, with my experience over 1 year, I know areas where drivers go and load will not be a problem. From Minnesota, for instance, I haven't found any load there for any driver before because nobody drives that far. So this experiment is even new for me because even if I should have a driver that wants to go to Minnesota, I'll just warn him that I tried, but I couldn't find any loads for Minnesota to other places. But then with my experience, like something like some places like, hey, Mississippi, you will suffer. There's no loads there. West Virginia, my goodness, it's a terrible place to be. Florida. One thing about Florida is that when you are taking a load from anywhere entering into Florida, their pay rates will blow your mind. Hey, as for them, they pay good. Coming into Florida, why is the brokers paying good? Because they know that your driver can get stuck there for days without finding any load to come out. There are no loads in Florida. And Florida has a flat rate of $1 per mile. Whether who will be you, $1 is what they will pay you.
What's the reason behind that?
And then every state is different. I don't know why Florida does that, but that is $1 is their rate, their rate. They're not their state
They-
rate, their national
They
rate.
might.
And even at that, you can't find a load either.
What?
So if you see a load that is 500 miles, they'll pay you $500, whether you like it or not. Or if somebody is good, they'll pay you $550. If you are lucky, they'll pay you $700. They don't have any good load that you make. The number of miles you are driving will never equate the amount of money they are paying you. It will not happen.
So which areas have you in your experience have a lot of loads like
Hey, Texas, my land. That is why I'm coming, is to maximize and expand my business. Texas is my mainland. Texas is wide and big.
yeah.
Sometimes some of my drivers that go to Texas on a Monday, they want to stay in Texas and do internal runs in Texas. Even in Texas, you can pick a load in Texas and even drive 10 hours before you get there.
Yeah, from Amarillo to Houston, here's 9 hours.
Maryland, they don't pay. Maryland, there's no good loads there. If you go to Maryland, you suffer. You tire. You'll be begging people to get you loads. You'll be calling brokers. Do you have any loads here?
Yeah, I know those drivers, and they always tell me we're driving through Amarillo, we're going to Oklahoma. I was wondering why they're always driving through Texas, so probably that's why. I know.
Texas have loads. Anybody that goes to Texas, you'll find loads to any part of the United States that you want to go to. You will find loads from Texas. Let me see let's do Texas.
Texas is very huge.
Can find loads going to where do I want to? Let me do Texas to Texas and see. Is this in Texas or this is Alabama? This is Alabama.
Yeah.
Let me do Texas and let me do Dallas, Texas.
It says Alabama.
It says Alabama. Let me see if I can find loads from there. See, how many loads did you see? Similar loads, 67. 67 similar loads that you can get from Texas around that side. And if they see their rates are always in the thousands, you can negotiate and get more. You can always negotiate and get more. This one is the trip mile is 7 something. See how much they won't pay. but you can negotiate, get 1,006, which is good though. There, see, this one is 500 and something. See how much they won't pay. You can still negotiate and get 1,004 or 1,003. Texas is not my city. I won't lie to you. My babe.
It's kind of breaking.
Nah, it still got frozen.
Oh,
As for my internet, I'm changing back to Spectrum, so it will be resolved. Hopefully by the next class, not tomorrow, by the next week class. So you see, Texas has some prospects. Texas is good. Georgia is also good. Atlanta, there are lots of goods in, I mean, if you try, let's say Georgia to Georgia, let's say Georgia, GA, Georgia to, let's say, another city in Georgia or something. Georgia is good. South Carolina is also a good place. North Carolina, you can find those too, but sometimes it's a little bit sketchy. This one also has 34 results plus this. So that means they have about 76 options. So as you go on in this business, and when you start afresh, getting to know, you make note as you go. There's the places that has brought you a lot of returns. You want to make it, note it down. This the cities that you find loads easily. You want to note it down. So yeah. So you see all these loads are available for you to pick. All of them are here. All of these loads are available, and the loads are even there. Look at this. This is a good load, 247. They are paying 700. You can still negotiate and get 1,000. So when you look at the loads are looking promising. Sometimes when I open my screen and I see this, I begin to laugh. I know my day will go well. My declaration will come to pass. Because 290, they are paying 800. That is about then. Let me go check the deadhead though before I make a risk. Anyway, how much I put there is 50. So any of these will be within the proximity. So let me check this one. They are paying this. Let me check it and see what is the deadhead to go. This one even didn't state the deadhead. But even yes, still, I mean, this is a good rate. You can still negotiate and make more. When you look at their credit score, they are good. Days to pay is 19. You check, this is their telephone number, their extension is telling you, that's why they are paying good. You see, it's a reefer. As for reefer, now that I know it's a reefer, the rate is not good. The rate is not good because reefers, they take more, they charge more. So if you are negotiating, you want to know this is a reefer van, it's going to spend more on temperature regulation. Then you want to say, hey, we want to do this for 1,005 flat. And they understand, they will pay. Sometimes the thing right here is just to even let you know they will go up because it's something that they have gone beyond stretching themselves. So if you ask for more within the market conditions, you'll get more for this rate. This 800, sometimes all the prices you see here, don't go by them. You also always want to negotiate what is here. Always, no matter what. Even if it is the best load and you are laughing, you are jumping, still negotiate and see what you can come up with. Even if it's $100, it's a difference. You want to take it.
Sandra, sorry to interrupt you. I think that deadhead and the mileage, I don't know how you did I lost. I wasn't on when you're explaining the deadhead and the mileage. How do you?
It's confusing to me too.
Yeah, I don't know if you have to factor in the deadhead and the total mileage. How do you do it, please?
Okay, so the deadhead is like, let's assume a Uber driver, you call Uber, right? At your home. The Uber is about 50 miles away from your home. He's driving to come and pick you. He doesn't charge you from driving to your house.
Okay.
It only charges you from picking you to where you are going.
Okay.
And that is what we are saying. That is the deadhead.
Yeah, she's frozen.
Drive free. I'm frozen? Oh my goodness.
Well, Tiffany, you're making a mess.
Am I frozen?
No, you're okay now.
No, you're okay. We're not frozen from
No.
Okay, so that is the deadhead. The driver driving empty to the point of picking up the goods.
So basically, you just tell them, okay, this is how much mileage you have to drive to the point of pickup and see if they agree with it.
Yeah, you want to tell your driver that the deadhead is so and so miles. You always want to tell him what the deadhead is.
Okay.
Because there's a deadhead that makes sense, others don't make sense. If you are telling me, let's assume that, let's say, let me see if I can find a load that has a deadhead. That is unreasonable. All these loads, because it's on Monday, they never posted a deadhead.
Wow,
there.
South Carolina got a lot of loads too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's from Georgia to South Carolina.
Wow, it's not far.
They
Mm-mm.
don't post loads on weekend.
Yeah, mostly weekends. They do all the loads that they want to pick up today was posted probably yesterday or Wednesday. So there's weekends, no, I mean, most of them, they work Monday to Friday. And these brokers, they work.
Okay.
So the deadhead, sometimes you find a load that is saying the total trip mile is 109. But the deadhead from where you are to where you are going to pick this up from Savannah, Georgia, it's about 210. Then why will I even do that? By me driving empty, using my fuel to go pick up your load, and me delivering it is 100 and it's like twice. I'm gonna drive twice the actual amount. So I wouldn't even pick a load like that. It's a waste of my gas. How much will I even negotiate like for you to even pay me anything more for 109 miles? So I wouldn't drive an empty miles for 200. So for my drivers, they do between 0 to 150. 0 to 150. If I should change this mile right here, I put it in, I'll get more loads popping up for me. More loads popping up for me.
Okay, so if you want to look for loads, you need to put the deadheads like.
Oh yeah, I really want to put in deadheads.
Oh, okay.
Really want to see how empty you want to drive.
Okay.
To pick up. Yeah, you always want to put in a deadhead.
So that's the most distance a driver is willing to drive empty to pick up a load.
Is it 150
This is per
mileage?
driver, but I speak to most of my drivers. About 4 or 3 of them don't want to drive anything beyond 100. If it is 150, they'll tell you no, don't even book it. They don't want to drive this number of hours for free, and they don't have time for that. Most of them say between 50 to 100 is good, but about 5 or 4 of them also do 150. That is fine by me. So yeah. Yeah, so you want to take into consideration the deadhead because you don't want your driver to drive free. But there are some brokers that they even come out and say, I know this deadhead is a lot, okay? So the rate I'm giving you is 2,500, but I will pay $300 for your deadhead. Will you take this? Some brokers that their goods are very important. It's hard spot. They need to get this gone. They will pay the deadhead, but most brokers pay the deadhead. Deadhead is always on the driver. So the driver is willing to drive 50 miles for free, 100 miles for free, or 150 miles for free. Anything beyond that, they will say no. It's too far. Okay. I can't drive 5 hours on empty money. You are not paying me anything to drive 5 hours. I can't drive 5 hours to go pick up your load. The maximum I'll do is about an hour to 2.5 hours, or maximum 3 hours, but 5 I will not do. So this is how we find loads. It's very, very simple. This is simple. You don't need to be expert in tech or IT. This has nothing to do with IT. But what you want to sharpen yourself in is your communication, your personality, how you come across, with these brokers. Even if you are not friendly, be friendly by force. Learn how to be friendly. Learn how to laugh when you don't feel like laughing. Yeah. So basically, that is all about it. If you have any other questions, let me know.
Okay, sorry, I'm taking everyone back. So if you download this app, you sign up and then you are able to start using it.
There is a free trial, 30-day free trial that you can, use it. But then when you download, you sign for it, you get different versions that you want. This is the basic. We have the $180 one. That's the DAT power. You have the 240. You have the 320. Somebody's background is noisy, please. But then, I mean, I have used the 180 just recently that I downgraded, because the 180 will let you look for multiple loads at the same time for all your drivers at the same time, and the feed keeps coming quickly. Okay. But then I realized that I can still use multiple laptops, even my phone, to do that multiple search at the same time and don't have to pay. Like, you get wiser as you go in this business. If you don't know that you can have multiple laptops and just sign in, I have about 4 to 5 signings with this basics, so I can just sign in all 3 of them and be finding loads at the same time and even use my phone on top of that. So I decided to cancel the 180. But the 180 tab will have about this interface repeating itself 4 times, so that when you are doing this, you can still be doing for A, you'll be doing at one particular interface. But the only difference with this 45 and 180 is that I'm looking on this screen for Better, I'm looking on the other screen for Gwen. I'm looking on my phone for Pastor Marco. If I have another one, I'm looking on that
On the same DAT board.
same DAT board. But instead of me using just one computer and look for you before I clear this pad and I come to look for A, I open this interface. I have 5 seats that I can do with this one. So I can open it on multiple laptops and work simultaneously, killing 4 birds with one stone. So I canceled the 180 plan.
Okay.
Back to the 45.
Coach Gwen also asked something about the mileage thing.
Okay, ask.
No, I'm talking about, she's gone. She's off the camera. She wanted you to say something again about the mileage.
So
The
this is the track mile. This is the total mile right here. Okay. This is all the information about the mileage. You know how I got here, right? I hope you're paying attention.
No, I didn't see that. I think you clicked on the load. I can't remember, but you clicked somewhere.
Let me go back.
No, it's another screen.
No, it was just I want to put it.
You have to go to the next browser to the left on the top.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm coming back here.
Yeah.
Okay. You see this 203?
Yeah.
To get all the information that I need.
Okay.
Already. So you hit on the mouse that is in blue color, it will tell you everything. So if your driver does not know his GPS, or sometimes he calls you that I am stuck, you can just come here and tell him, where are you? Are you lost? Are you on the US 80 East Jackson Street? He says no, then I'll tell him, go to this here, stay on this here until you turn left and do this and do this. All this information are here to help you in case they are stuck somewhere.
Oh.
All this, depending on where he is. If he can't navigate his way or his GPS has frozen on him and he's stuck, you want to find where he is. Just for him to look for the street number until you can guide him. You can drive 4.7 miles down here. It could take you about 6 minutes when you go Mejon to, but I have hardly used this, but I'm just saying it is also an advantage here. You can do this. Okay, so now this is the mileage. So it's telling you that from Dublin, Georgia, coming to Jonesville, South Carolina, this is the miles you will drive. The total trip mile is 214.3 miles. It will take you 4 hours and 20 minutes to get there.
Okay.
Yes, this is about it. Anything will tell you. So this is about the miles. So if you click on the miles, it will tell you the number of hours you're expected to drive and the total trip miles from here to here. Yeah, it's very, I mean, this job is very, very easy when you have your ways around it. Very, very easy. Okay. So let me come back to the load board. So if you want to expand, if your driver is telling you, so what is the exact time? How many hours do I have to drive? You just click here and you tell him. But this is an approximation. It doesn't take into consideration traffic.
Traffic.
It doesn't take into consideration. They are saying that this is how much it will take you. But sometimes traffic, especially in Atlanta, Georgia, traffic goes. So this you can drive 10 hours. So when I tell them, I said, oh, the estimated hours you have to drive without traffic is this. But you know Atlanta, so add 2 hours more. And we all laugh about it, but that's the truth. So the estimated hours would be like 9 hours or 10. You have to take into consideration all that. But then you want to quote what is here and let him know that this is minus traffic jam or any delays you might encounter on the road. Yeah. And sometimes too, what this map and what the one I have on my board has really helped me is for me to know, like, if I want to look at Validosta or wherever it says that where it is, I'll just go on the and see. Okay. So where my driver is, so if my driver is somewhere coming from Charlotte, okay, and I mean he's here. This is where the pickup destination is. So let's assume that my driver was situated in Dotham. Let's say Dotham, okay. Then this is where, so you have to drive here to come and pick, then continues. It's a good load for me. But let's assume the pickup location is here, but my driver was somewhere from Charlotte. Why will I drive from Charlotte to here to come and pick up a load and I'll turn around and come back again? It's a bad load. Any load that makes your driver drive the opposite direction before he turns around to come is a waste of money. You want, if your driver wants to do that load, you wanna really negotiate for more, because it's just driving the opposite direction for no reason. So from your point of origin, you always want to continue where you are picking up the load. So if your driver is here and is picking up a load in Savannah, is good. You only have to continue and come and drop it off at Rock Hill. Okay, but he can't be located here in Savannah. Then he'll drive backwards to come and pick up a load from Valdosta. Then he'll have to turn around again and drive here. It's a bad load. You always want to take a load. You want to take a load that is in continuous direction. Or only unless we have done this before with my driver. Only when the pay is good, you are like, even if he wants to drive 1 hour to turn around and still they are paying him something at one time, the money is too good, he will still want to do it. But then you want to look at your map, so you want to understand the location so that you don't waste time driving, your driver is driving unnecessarily. Any other question? Any other question?
Maybe someone else can. Next question.
I don't have a question. I just have a comment. You said it's easy, but it don't. It sound easy, but it's all at the same token. It also sound hard to do.
No. Coming, listening to me the first time, getting all this information can be overwhelming. Sometimes the way the information is presented to you and how you are looking at it, it sounds like this is so complicated, but I promise you, one, you come and sit here, you do all this in less than 5 to 6, 7 minutes. The maximum time will be like 10 minutes for you to look at all this, give the information to your driver, book the load, and secure the rate.
Okay.
And it doesn't, you do it and see first. Don't get
Okay.
scared without even giving it a try to see. Sometimes you can just be chilling, laying back, sipping your wine and still be talking to a broker and having fun and enjoying yourself. And still be talking and having it's that easy. I won't lie to you. If it's complicated, I won't hide it from you. The steps that I'm telling you are hard is when you have to find a driver to join your company.
Yeah.
But then when you get one, kill it. Let him be your
Okay.
to other drivers. Let them
Right. Yeah.
you. Let them
You
test.
know, anything in the beginning is always really hard until you try it, and if you
But
don't
Then
have,
then you get used to it. So yeah.
Mhm.
if you invest time in this, I'm not saying invest the whole 24 hours, but allocate maybe today I'm spending 1 hour. I'm looking for drivers. Dedicate that 1 hour to calling to drivers, sending emails, sending your flyers. Let them know that you are here. If I want to associate, I want to create rapport or a relationship with brokers. If today that's what I want to do, after I have settled all my drivers, I go ahead and call brokers. Oh, hi, hey, I just saw you on the load board. I just want to introduce myself. We are a new dispatching company. We would love to work with you. We have drivers that are on standby. I mean, if you have any load, let us know. I'll be contacting you from time to time to see if you're, oh yeah, hi, you are new in the business. How is it going? Like 2 or 3. Yeah, somebody to be so straight. Hello? Yeah, okay. You know KBF already. He's just hung the phone on you. But then you have let him know that a company like this exists. Even though he didn't exchange pleasantries with you, you can't get everybody to be nice. You understand? You can't get
Yeah.
everybody. Sometimes that person that is giving you attitude will be the nicest person later in the business with you. But probably that day that you called, he was not in a good mood. It can't be possible.
It happens to everybody. We are human beings, though. So,
Take your emotions out of
Yeah, I believe it will be hard to get drivers and maybe to communicate with those brokers for the
no, I
first
don't believe it will be hard. Don't claim negativity.
anyway. Sorry for that.
I mean, Aya, let me tell you, nothing comes on a silver platter. For
Yeah.
you to succeed, you must suffer something to gain something. You must sacrifice here and there. You must take risks. You must be bold. You must be confident. You must have the positive mindset that I can do this and I'll succeed at it. But the moment your mindset is closed and all you can see is the hardship, you won't get anywhere with this. You will
That's
give
true.
up easily. You would. You will let it go. But if you
The power of positive thinking.
Mhm.
yes, it all starts with the mind. It all starts with the mind.
That's true.
Yeah, I think there are 2 options when you are prospecting for people to work with. It's either yes or no. So
Mhm.
you have to psych up yourself and be ready. Either way it goes, you just continue because
Right.
that is the nature of the job, right? Yeah, it's like sales. I mean, you talk to somebody, say, oh no, I don't need it. And sometimes the person that say I don't need help will end up coming to you, so where can I find this? And you get a best sale with that,
Mhm. Mhm.
you know.
Yeah,
So
right.
it may not work today, but it doesn't mean that
It
that
will
door is
never
closed
work.
forever. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, we are all from the community of practice. Imagine our application process.
That one is something else. But God is in control.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I can't remember when Dr. Francis was sharing one of his testimony. He was doing this video until he got one person. And he started with that one person. Now, how many of us in the community? It didn't happen just boom, one time for him. It has been a journey to get to.
Ask all successful people how many times they have failed, got turned down, disappointed, and wanted to give up, but they keep pushing, pushing on.
Yeah. I made the first contact with Dr. Francis. It took a year before I became part of the community, right? But he never gave up. I mean, from time to time, you drop a message here and there. It took 1 year before I made that decision that, oh, now it looks like this guy has something to offer, you know? By that time, I had watched a lot of his videos and there was some consistency and seriousness that I saw, you know? Yeah, so it's like that everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks hard, but it's not that hard. You are sitting at the comfort of your home and calling drivers. All they can do is
I
say,
know that's the cool part. The coolest part. You have to sit home, to be
and even the
honest.
one person that
but
I have a driver that said no to me multiple times, and I keep sending him my flyers. I keep reaching out on him by email. And one time he called and said, "You don't know how to give up, do you?" I said, "No." He laughed and became. That was
So
how
how did you get to know these drivers?
we'll reach there.
I will show you.
Okay, all right.
There's a way for us.
See, earlier said I asked the other time, you said we'll reach there. And
Oh,
then...
we are fast forwarding.
Let me, yeah. So there's this thing that we have called the DHC directory, like where I am right now, okay? Let me go back to searching loads and I'll show you. Yeah, right here, you see where it says tools? Okay, then you come to where it says DHC directory. It's one of the ways you can find drivers, okay? You wanna do careers. Careers means drivers. These are the people. Let me push this away from here. It's right in the middle and I don't like it. I don't know why it still is right here in the middle. My friend, get up. So I want to do careers. Okay. You click on careers, then you come here, you do advanced search. So when the advanced search pop-ups comes up, okay, you want to put it on active authority only. I'll just do all. So the states that you want to find the careers in, let's see, I want to find drivers in Texas. I'll just come here.
Also scroll or you can search it.
You can scroll down, you can search it, whatever. I mean, depending. I'm just
Okay.
so I put it in here. And I wanna the radius I don't really care about. I don't really put anything here. And also I don't really do anything about the stars or 2 stars, but if you want a high quality drivers that they have good ratings and everything, but here I wanna do operation type. Then I wanna do
Search.
power unit right here. So the power unit, I'm looking for companies or drivers that have between 1 truck to 5 trucks, okay? Then I will just come here and I'll do search. Okay, see all these drivers that they pulled up for me, all these companies that I can reach out to. It's from page 1 to page 50.
Oh, okay.
And
And the telephone numbers.
their telephone numbers, everything is there. So the moment I want to do this company, I click on it, everything about this company will pop up, all the information and details. Their phone number, their email is not there, but where they are located. They run interstate, authorized by property. If you want to view more details, you want to open it up more and get more in-depth details about what they do, general information, their MC number, their business address, the power unit they have is, this is an owner operator, one person drives this. So you want to call this person and offer your service to them. You charge 6%. Oh my God, when they hear 6%, you are good. You charge 6%, you do paperwork, you organize their thing, you are checking. I mean, every service that you want to do for them, you just give them a call. And this is how we find drivers. Okay. This is how we find drivers. Their telephone number is here for them to, and this is the year that he started. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I even start with that. Sometimes it's a cliche, but I do it all the same. It's 2023. I want to congratulate you. My goodness, you've taken the right step into the right industry. The multi-million-dollar tracking. They laugh because you are saying something that really makes them happy that they've made the right decision. You want to congratulate them and you want to take it from there. I'm a dispatch company that can help you make a weekly realization of 4,000, depending on how willing you are ready to drive and how far you want to go. So you get a conversation rolling from there. Then, yeah, if he will join you, he will join you. If he will not, he will not. But sometimes go further and say, you try me for a week at no cost to you. You can sacrifice just 1 week and let him stay with you. If he stays, he tries you out for 1 week, he's not going anywhere. But if he turns that 1 week down, then it means that it was a no go there. But if you offer a free service for 1 week, you want to make sure you find them good loads that will make them laugh and want to stay with you. But that is up to you. If you want to use
without charging the 6%.
Yeah, 1 week without charging the 6%. That is up to you. I did that. But you can tell them, hey, I can do 3 days for free for you or whatever you want. If you don't even want to give them that opportunity, just say 6%. 6% is even low. That no driver would even want to tell you or turn you down. 6% is
If somebody can get 10 drivers, oh my God.
yeah, I mean you have to work. It's and it's doable. It won't happen.
We'll get there.
Yeah, you won't start today and you think by the end of next week you have 10 drivers.
I
I
know.
mean, what's in mysterious ways though? You can call one company and they have multiple, trucks that they can say, hey, we are looking for a dispatcher to dispatch our 30 trucks. Will you do that? I mean, you can, what God cannot do, does not exist. So you can just make one call and it will land you in glory for the rest of your life. Just one call. You can make 10 calls and it will land you your 10th one. Perseverance always has a paycheck for you and consistency. But if you don't put in the work, then don't think it will just happen out of the blues. Manna stopped falling from heaven long time ago.
Yeah.
I know, right? It really stopped long time ago. So, Cassandra, I have another question pertaining to this business name. Oh, we are creating a business name for ourselves. Can you use one business name for 2 different businesses? Is that possible?
You can register an LLC and also register a DBA under your LLC. So you can
what is a
register
DBA?
doing business as.
Okay.
Yeah, you can be KBF Consult Logistics, but I also do business as a caterer. I cook food.
Okay, so all will fall under KBF
KBF.
Logistics.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
So
okay, please go ahead, Yvonne.
No. When you were talking about the names, because I came up with a name and my sister was like, look, I know you religious and all, but you need to find another name. They don't want religiosity. They don't want godly. Because some people in this America, they tell you blunt, like, I don't believe in God. I say, really? You believe in what now? Tell me. I have heard that too. Don't laugh. Oh, God. Yeah, my sister was like, look, I know, but you got to find another name. I'm like, okay.
Sandra, are we doing
the name you got?
Yes, we are doing it today. Yes, and that's one thing. Your sister was right. The moment you want to do 3 God in one person as your company name, forget.
Nobody wants
You have
to
to
hear.
dispatch God himself.
Oh,
No
God
one
have
wants to
mercy.
associate with you. Yes, they don't
These
want
people
that.
are funny.
You wanna,
Yeah.
the moment the drivers get into your company, respect them. Let them respect your religion, what you believe. You respect, because you have a conversation, you get to know them one-on-one. You
Yes.
talk about religion, what they believe in, and also let them know what you also believe in.
Right.
Yeah, then you establish that clear. And to this week, Pastor Daniel wants to talk to you about the company website. He wants to show you how it goes about generating business name. And this is something that he's doing to help all of us. If you want to use his services to generate your name, your company website, your flyers and everything, you don't have to go outside the community to go pay somebody very big. He's right here to assist and guide. We want to hold
God bless you, Pastor Daniel. You are our savior.
That's
Yeah,
it.
definitely. I'm gonna
It's for him.
call.
Welcome.
I would definitely call him and talk
Pastor,
to
we
him.
have to meet you.
Okay, I have stopped sharing, so the floor is for you, Pastor.
Okay. Did you give me the sharing rights?
I have to.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, let me see. Okay, host, because you are the host. You have to give me, if you go to
Make Daniel the host,
So how do I do that?
if you go to participant,
participant, then click Daniel's name.
Click on his name, the 3 dots that appears from there.
Okay, then I'll make him. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I know that now. Because I was.
I know, we learn every day.
Yes,
Ah,
because I was just here. I was like,
Grandmother schools.
yeah. So you are the host now.
all right.
Cassandra, please, you will grant me permission somewhere along the way. My daughter just closed and I will need to go and get her.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Can you see my screen now?
Beautifully seen.
Yes.
Yes. Very
Thank you.
clear. Journey of a dispersion.
Yeah, thank you so very much. So I had the privilege of sitting under the tutelage of Cassandra, I think before all of us did. And that journey has been advanced to this point, and there are some things that I've been able to do as a result of her guidance. And I want to share that with you so that you can see the progress that if you are committed to the process, you'll be able to come to or achieve, right? So the first point is Cassandra from KBF Consult Logistics teaches the business of truck dispatching. So I received the teaching from her. And then the very first week that we started off, she made it so clear to me that if I'm serious about the business, then I should consider starting the registration process even before the end of the class, right? So the registration process, before you register your company, you must, this is my experience that I'm sharing with you. You should create a business name, right? Make the business name simple and easy to pronounce. Ensure that the name embodies the business. So you don't take a name like you are doing logistics, but the name of your company is Alexandra Bakery LLC, right? So the name of your company should speak to the business you are doing, and make sure that the name is not a derogatory word in another language. Sometimes we combine two different things to make a name, and that may mean something bad in another language. So anytime you're picking a business name, do a search to find out if in another language it means something else. And the other thing is that check whether the name is available, right? So in America, within Texas, I live in Texas, somebody can have a business in New Jersey, and because the person is not in Texas, I can still register my name by that same name. But two people cannot register a business with the same name within the same state. So that must also be considered, right? All right. So in the registration process, there are two options that you have. The option that was presented to me was I could go through the registration process through Taylor Brands. So Taylor Brands is an online company that helps individuals or groups to register their company and to do many other things in addition to that. So I have registered a business myself before. I have a business that I registered on my own. But this time around, I just felt like I needed the process to go faster. So I decided to let Taylor Brands do the registration for me. So the registered name that I picked was Starcrest Logistics LLC. And so I registered the business, and they also helped me apply for the EIN. You can, so that is the first option. The second option is that you can do the registration yourself if you know what you are doing, right? The challenge is that you don't want to, if you're not too sure about the nitty-gritty of what it means to register a business, you don't want to complicate things for your business. That later on can become a liability for you, right? So sometimes it's better to pay somebody a few amount of dollars and have your peace of mind, right? Okay. So this is the certificate of registration that they sent to me. A proof that my company, which is Starcrest Logistics LLC, has been registered in the state of Texas, right? So you see Austin, Texas, and I just had to black out the number for obvious reasons. So the company is registered. That was November 9th, 2023. Right after that, I also received the EIN number, right? That was also November 14th, 2023. Starcrest Logistics. Now, I used my own address for the registration in the beginning, but I have plans of changing the registration from my residence to a virtual address, right? Okay. So the next process is you have to set up an email address that reflects the name of your company. So the name of my company is Starcrest Logistics. So my email address is starcrestlogistics@gmail.com, right? Sometimes the most professional way of getting an email address for your organization is when like this one says Starcrest@gmail. Instead of @gmail, the most professional way is like info@starcrestlogistics.com, right? But you don't have to do that from the beginning, because you want to, like in Scrum, you want to be lean. You want to cut down costs as much as possible, right? Because you are new in the territory. You can always, along the way, secure an official email address that reflects your name. All right, logo. So this is the logo for my registered company, Starcrest Logistics. I designed this logo myself, right? I was the one, and if you realize, I use two different colors. That is it's like that is part of the branding for my company. And you see that it's like an S, but it's a broken S. That reflects the Starcrest. That is the first name of the company, right? Now, I also, how do you call it? Design a flyer for my company. So like Coach Sandra said, when it is time for me to go and interact or look for prospective drivers to work with, this is the flyer that I'm going to take with me. And this flyer, this is a digital copy, so you can print them out or you can send them digitally through email or WhatsApp or whatever means that is available to you, right? All right, so this is a flyer that I also designed for Coach Sandra that does the same thing like the one I spoke about. All right, so apart from that, I also designed a business card. So you can use flyer and business card. So whichever one is appropriate, depending on the environment and the circumstance, you can also give them your business card. And this is a digital copy. You can have a digital copy and you can also print them out. Whichever way is applicable, you can use, right? So that was the front of it, and this is the back of it. It's the same one piece, but the front has the other design and the back has this design. And if you look at the back, I say full service dispatch, right? Trusted partner, excellent results. So every company that you have to have a slogan that summarizes what you stand for, the value that, or the kind of business organization that you are. And for me, because I'm a dispatcher, I want those that are going to work with me to know that working with me, I'm an individual that they can trust, right? Because people want to do business with people that they can trust, and that I'm going to do an excellent work. So I'm not going to do anything haphazardly. I'm going to make sure that the result that they get is what they are looking up to or looking forward to, right? So the next process is developing your website, right? So this is the website. This is an actual website I've developed. And this is how, so the home, service, contact, and about. So your logo goes on the website, and everything on the website should depict what your business is about. And it must look professional and easy for people to maneuver when they come on your website. It shouldn't be cumbersome. It shouldn't be difficult for people to know where to find what information. So this is another aspect of the website that talks about the company and what we stand for, right? And then this is a flyer that I've developed for those of us in this community and who are interested in the services that I'm offering. So I'm doing that. This is a company I registered myself, LeaderCrest Consulting, right? So I design all kinds of things. But here we have my services encompasses website design, logo design, flyer design, brochure design, business card design, right? And the rest. So if you are interested, you can reach out to me and then we can talk about the details. All right. So this is where I'm sitting right now. This is where the magic happens. And like Coach Sandra said, I have one screen that gives me the ability to be able to open 3 different browsers at the same time. So, and I have a laptop on the side. So in all, it's like 4 screens in 2 machines. So this is something that you can think about later on along the line if you want to invest, and you can, anything you invest in your business, you can always make it a deduction when you are filing your taxes, right? Okay. So thank you very much. If there is any
If I
question,
have a question on that, I see those three screen. I don't know, is there any computer with 3 screens? I saw I don't know how this happens. Can you just?
so the size of my screen is 49 inches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a 49-inch screen, so it's very wide. In fact, it stretches from the one end of my table to the other end of my table, right? And when this screen is on sale, it's on sale for about $799. When it's not on sale, it's about a little over $1,000. So you can always gauge when things are on sale, and then you can make use of it. The reason why I bought it was I was in school and I was always doing research, writing papers. And it made it very convenient for me to have one screen that I'm writing, where I'm writing in Word, 2 screens that I'm researching from, and the other on the side. And it made things very easy and fast for me. So if you're interested, I can recommend the brands that are, some of them are extremely expensive. This is one of the most less expensive ones in terms of the size. All right. Thank you very much, Cassandra.
That screen is a desktop, right?
Say it again.
It's a desktop, right?
Yeah, it's a desktop.
It's a desktop, yeah.
It's a desktop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Daniel, if one want to have all these things done, how much are you charging? So that before we are coming, we already prepare ourselves.
So I'm gonna have, depending on what you are looking for, there's gonna be a package pricing. And you don't want a full package, individual pricing. So, and I'm gonna look at it from case by case basis. So if you are interested, just give me a call and we can talk, right?
Okay, no problem.
And also, I have a question.
I will give you a call so we can talk about it. Okay. Thank you very much. That was good information.
Very good information.
Okay. Yeah, Cassandra.
I was going to ask a question that probably you will knock my head off, but then I'll ask it anyway. Those of us in the community here, we get a discount, don't we?
Yeah, that's why I didn't even say a blank amount.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm going to look at it one-on-one
by case.
and put a lot of things into consideration. So if you are doing a package, you will get a better discount than somebody who is not doing a by package, right?
We have to do a package now, because all these things, how can you be doing part by part? If we are coming, okay, let me speak for myself. If I'm coming for everything.
Okay.
I don't know how to separate it part by part by part.
I didn't see. Do you also create a Facebook page for them, or they'll have to do it themselves?
Facebook is not a big thing. If you need help with Facebook, I can help you. But I'm not going to charge for that.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Mr. Daniel, when you talk about the package, is it from the registration process right up to designing the flyers to building the website?
Okay. When it comes to the registration process, right? When you do that through Taylor Brands, they are a business, a big organization. So their prices are very high, right? But then they are able to do things also faster. So this is how it works. When you are doing it as an individual, you have to go to the state that you are in. You have to go to the state website and look and apply over there, right? So it takes a lot of steps, and you want to make sure you are doing the right thing. When you do it through Taylor Brands, once they take your information on their website, they move the information right from their website to the state website. So you don't have to do anything with the state. They handle everything, right? So this is what I can do. If you think that the charge that Taylor will charge you is too high, you can talk to me and you can give me something a little, and I can do it for you, right? So, but the thing is that, let's say if Taylor Brands is going to take about, let's say, a week, if I do it, it may take about a week and maybe 2 weeks. There isn't that much difference anyway. I mean, so that's about it.
Okay.
I want to do, we are not hearing now. We go bit by bit and we succeed to do the right thing. So far, I have somebody in the community. Why going out there?
Exactly, that's my
So,
sentiment
Make
is the
advantage
same.
of our person in the community, right?
Exactly, that's what we should do.
Because we still have a long run to go. So it's not
Right.
something that is a immediate effect that we just want it hurry. If you go, even it's taking 1 week or 2 weeks, we are still having another package that we have to be uploading. So for me, I'm talking from my own perspective. I prefer go with somebody that I know and I can ask my questions easily. If I'm stuck somewhere, we'll say, okay, better follow this track and we move like this.
yeah.
Rather than
So,
going somewhere that you don't know how to ask questions in those people, they will be telling you their big grammar and you don't even understand the grammar again.
yeah. So when it comes to the website, the flyers and everything, you do not need to get your business registered before you can start, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because the reason being that, let's say you have a name right now. Let's say a name like Aya Logistics LLC. And then you try to register Aya Logistics LLC and that name is taken. I can still start developing your website. And if there is any change, I can just change it. The change can always be done at any point.
Yeah.
Yes, now before it's on computer.
Because I have control over all those processes. So just for you to know, so you don't have to wait till when you register your business before you get other things going. You can do them concurrently so that by the time your registration is here, you have everything ready and you are good to go.
Yes, I think so. That's really right. Because while you are waiting for the registration to go through, you can still be doing this one. And when it go through now, you just come out and add what you want to add, subtract what you want to subtract.
So, Pastor Daniel, based on the registration, it varies with state, and the duration too varies with state, or does it have a fixed standard duration, like 1 week, 2 weeks, or so to get through?
Even within the same state, you cannot determine when you will get yours.
Okay.
Somebody's own can come 2 days, somebody's can come 3 days. You know how America works, right?
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing. But at least you can anticipate that maybe within a week or two, you can be definite that you get a response, whichever way, whether accepted or not.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Welcome. Right.
Let's get our registration online. Done, because coming next year when they are giving grants to small business, we must all get those grants.
Amen.
And
Amen, Sandra.
Yes, but you know that every year governments are giving grants to small business. Yeah, so we must also get our LLC registered, everything about it done the right and good way so that we can qualify for those grants. So do you guys have any other questions? If not, any contributions that you want to add here?
Sandra, I'll call you tomorrow morning, please. I'm a woman.
No power.
For our privacy. Thank you.
Yeah.
So for me, I thought today the class was 7:30. And I thought I saw 7:30, but I gotta remember different time zone, right? That's what that was all about.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, was that 7:30 Central or Eastern? Because
It's 6 p.m. Eastern to 8.
It's 6
Uh.
p.m. Eastern. It's on the flyer.
Okay.
6 p.m.
I don't know, I saw 7:30 on the link. That's why I thought,
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I saw 7:30. That's why, you
Mhm.
know, I'm like, okay.
So maybe on the
Oh my
link.
goodness, that was my bad.
Mhm.
You know
Okay.
that I have this coaching that I do for other people, like teaching Jira that I do. And I have the meeting scheduled from 7:30 to 8:30. And I copied the link and posted it there. My sincere apologies. It was my fault. I will do better tomorrow. I'll change it. So I caused that.
All right. So I'm uploading the flyer for the website and everything on the WhatsApp link so that you can have all the details, and then we can talk later on.
Thank you, Pastor Daniel.
Thank you.
With no more questions, we're going to end with prayer like we always do. There is nothing that can be done that was done without God. And as much as we
Amen.
direct us, give us the strength. Give us the strength and also give us the spirit that we can do it. That I can do spirit is not just by mouth. It comes from a place of spiritual background, knowing who you are, having your identity in God, and always going to the source of your being to resource yourself. To be more resourceful, you always have to go back to the source and connect yourself to that faith and believe that with God, all things are possible. And you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You can make a change in your life. You can direct where you want to go by positive mindset and positive belief in Christ. So with that much said, we thank you, Holy Spirit, for your presence. We started with you and we are ending with you. Continue to give us the insights, the knowledge, the understanding that we need from you. Even as we want to better our lives and better the lives of people that you will bring within our circles and within our scope of contact. This is for your glory. As much as it is for us, it is for you first. And like it is in the fulfillment of your scripture, love your neighbor as ourselves. And that is all that we want to do, to honor you now and forever. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Cassandra.
Amen. Thank you,
Have a good
Cassandra.
night,
Thank you,
everyone.
Cassandra.
Thank you.
Cassandra, you can end the recording.
Yeah, I mean, when it last I had a meeting with Gwen, I mistakenly recorded to the cloud, and I don't even know how to retrieve it from the cloud. So this particular one, I did it on the computer. So when you finish converting, I'll post it in our chat.
Yeah, remember to stop it.
Okay, I will.
All right.
Alrighty. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night,
Good night.
Cassandra. Thank you so